how long did you work for? How did you get started? How long did you shoot for? And how long have you been out for? Like, give us like a quick, like 30-second like context that doesn't hurt me. She's like, well, my favorite performer that I went.
Okay, so whenever I turned 19, well, I've been working adult like since I was like 16. Not
Sorry,
like,
what's that now?
Not like porn though, but like I was like dancing from like 16. Like I had like sugar daddies online whenever I was 16.
Wait, really?
That's definitely not legal.
I was still a virgin. Like I never slept with anyone.
So you were just hustling?
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to like to get like my first pair of like stripper shoes. I like found like guys on Craigslist that lived in like different states and like gave them a different
I don't
name.
even know these stories, by the way. I don't know.
And I think like I used the name Danny and I was just talking to them and I'm like and they'd like I'd like pick out stripper shoes that I wanted and they'd send them to me and I'd send them pictures of like my feet in them and I was like 16 and so I got like my first pair of stripper shoes and I went to the strip club.
What are stripper shoes?
Like heels?
Like the clear like shoes,
Oh,
like the
okay.
big heels. Yeah. And my mom saw them and she was like, what are these for?
Yeah.
And like she's seen that they're for a different name and she was like really confused. And I was just like, they're for my friend.
Was that before or after you were kidnapped by the hippie mafia? Because that happened as well, right?
Yeah.
So explain that. How old were you?
It was like around the same time.
Okay. So can you explain this?
You were a troubled teenager, is it safe to say? Or maybe you just didn't find your way right off the bat?
I had like something happen like earlier on and before that I was like a really good kid. Like I was in cheerleading, like I was just like perfect. And then I had like this trauma and then I found it like hard to fit in with people. And so I found like these other people that were just really accepting of everyone. And it was these hippies, but they were actually like criminals. They weren't real hippies.
Oh, shit. hippie criminals, those are the worst kind.
Yeah. And then that's whenever like they like put me on to like stripping, like go get money for us.
Way.
Like, all
Oh,
this
that's
stuff.
how it started?
Yeah.
Wait, so you were working for them in a way?
Yeah. And like they were like doing other stuff like to get money for everyone. It was like a group effort.
And what
Wait, it was
brought
a group effort to bring a collective of money to the whole?
Yeah, I guess it was a gang of hippies.
So you could do what? As the gang?
Just like, I don't know, just probably for them to buy drugs. I don't know.
Was the leader named Charles Manson by the chance?
I never got anything out of any of it.
Why did you do that? Just because there was a group of people to fit in with?
She was 15.
I guess, like, I feel like whenever you're younger, like, belonging and having friends is more important than it is whenever you're an adult. And so then, like, I was kind of like my sister, how she's like, I just want to hang out with my friends. And so that was, like, my most important thing whenever I was that age was just, like, having friends, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like that now, obviously. I'm, like, a complete loner.
What was the trauma? Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
I probably can't. I haven't even told Mike about it.
You don't have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't have to. And that eventually led to you being the small person that got put through windows to rob houses at one point, right? Is that what it was?
I've never talked about this on camera, Mike.
Well,
People don't know you're...
Well, people know that I went to prison for like a year from like 16 to 17. Or like almost 18, actually.
as a result of that, what I just talked about, right?
Yeah.
You
And like
were the lookout of this
they
armed
sort of
robbery.
Clan of hippies. They're like, bump up the Jimi Hendrix boys. We got a house to rob today. Put the little girl through the window and we'll make out with all the bricks.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on out there? Yo, imagine me the first time I'm hearing this story. I'm in a new relationship. She's like, before I started doing porn when I was about 16, I was a house robber with the hippie mafia. And I'm like, sorry, could you just play that back one more fucking time? But it's part of the overall story of me and her because I said this on No Jumper and I've said it on a couple other podcasts as well. Her stories, while crazy, are only as crazy as my craziest stories. Do you know what I'm saying? Not even. And so a lot of her like, yo, what the fuck is she talking about fits in well with my what the fuck is he talking about? And you end up with these two people who have very troubled pasts, but are now in very, very good places. As you can tell, from a business and a financial standpoint, she was able to use the industry for what it was worth for her. And then now she's an Instagram model just like anyone else. And she's got 8.5 million followers and she gets crazy engagement. And she's got a Lamborghini and an R8 and an E63 Mercedes and a Range Rover and 2 houses. And she's crushed it, you know? And so she was able to pick up the pieces of her past and turn it into something that is wilder than most people will ever accomplish in their entire life. And so it's one of the really attractive things to me about her is just how she was able to flip that.
What do you think of that?
Thanks, babe. You said it pretty well.
I'm trying to help you because I do. The unfortunate thing, especially when it comes to anxiety or even just mood, is like some days she will talk a lot, and I don't know if it's the rain or the weather or the set or something, but she's being shy today.
Well, it's also because we're interacting on the set of a podcast, not like as friends. Like I'm here to ask you questions that I kind of already know some of the answers to.
It's more like the setting too. Like it's like very clinical, and like that's what's like giving me anxiety. Like it sounds so stupid, but the sign, like the table.
Really?
Is it? Do we not?
Can we turn this light off?
No. Is there? Well, is there a chance?
No.
Like, is there a chance that she's the only person that's mentioned this, and we have a cold studio? I mean, it is a very.
It's cold or hot in here?
No, it's just a very.
Maybe if Ginger sits next to me, it'll make me feel better. Is there like something that I can cuddle with? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you Kong. Rest in peace, by the way.
R.I.P. Kong. I mean, have we not thought about this? Is the set intimidating, Dylan?
I actually feel so much better now.
All podcast sets are. Now she's holding Kong. Is this why she cuddles you? Is it because
she's always cuddling me, constantly?
Is he a good cuddler?
He's really good. And I saw an impulsive.
What the fuck?
What is that? Hold on. Stop. We got walkies.
Oh man, someone's sick on set. Problem over.